Hi, this is Gary with Gary versus Cars and More, and today we're talking about my 1929 Model A Roadster. I picked this car up about 4 months ago. It was an amateur restoration that was done probably in the early 80s or something like that, judging from the color of of what was on the outside. It's a complete car, all original, but I decided to take it all the way down to the frame, rework the brakes, rework the suspension, rework the shocks. Got a period correct California plate. It's registered to the car. Rewired it. New nuts and bolts. As you can see here, I put a high, well, you can't really tell the difference. This is a high compression head that we put on it. We pulled the engine out. We looked inside. You can still see the hash marks. It was a very clean, super clean engine, so we just re-gasketed it and sealed it up. It's got a 6-volt alternator on it. All new hoses, new fan blade, new rods here, because I found that there was a lot of slop in the rods. So you can see everything works really crisply now. And then throttle advance. Reworked everything through here. Put a aftermarket blinker setup on it. Opened up the 3-speed, everything looked good there. So we just simply ground everything down, shined it up. Working our way back here. Powder coated the rear bumper bracket frames. Discovered that I have a bent axle, so I'm gonna have to fix that, but we did rework all the brakes, all the mechanical brakes, and everything has been redone here. So right here, rebuilt the carburetor, exhaust manifold, our intake manifold and exhaust manifold. We redecked the exhaust manifold, had that done professionally. And as you can see, get really good throttle response when you turn the mechanical linkage, which I'm really happy with. So right here, this is the body of the Model A. You know, this thing looked good on the outside, but it was a pig underneath, an absolute pig. So what I did was I ground down the entire thing. I ended up replacing sheet metal. I've got a few things to do right here. And then I took it to the sandblaster and had it sandblasted and epoxy coated. Somebody must have stomped on this thing on the East Coast and then dragged it on a chain all the way to Southern California, because it looked great until you took the paint off of it. And there were just dings and dents everywhere. I banged out most of them, and I'm gonna have to fill some of these areas. Replace the quarter panel, or excuse me, the wheel well, replace this lower section on both sides. Epoxied the whole inside. Come here and take a look inside here. This is the sheet metal is all new for the floor pans. I'm going to PR15 these items and then install them. I'm going to rivet them in. The dash is really nice. I'm going to seal the gas tank on this thing. Started reworking the sides. Come over on this side if you would, please. And then here, this is, I'm still in the process. This is just guide coat. I just roughed it. I still have to block the entire thing. What I'm gonna do, this is looking pretty smooth right here. This is a couple coats of Rage lightweight feather filler. So I have it's been sandblasted, as I said. It's been epoxy coated with powder coat, and then I scuff it gently and I apply my filler. I'm gonna do another epoxy coat over the top of that, and then I'm gonna do a high build primer and block the entire car out. I'll seal it and then I'll paint it. This car is gonna be Kiwani green, which is a period correct color for 1930. Even though it's a 29, it's the color I like. I shaved off a few of the door, the top pieces, the attaching hardware, because we live in Southern California, and I don't ever put the top up on my cars. I just run them, I garage them, and I run them. So that's this car. Let's see, if you come around the back here, It has a modified, this was a trunk that was modified into a rumble seat. They did a really poor job of it, so we had to rework the entire thing. There's still a lot of work to be done here, but again, sandblasted and epoxy powder coat. And we got it fitting actually pretty decent. Still have to tap up this side right here, do something down here. This rear panel is also new. Got to fill in some holes there. Trying to do it right. It is going to have a lot of filler on it, but it's going to be done. It's going to be done right, and the best I can do with this. I don't like to use a lot of filler, but it is what it is. And if I want to get this thing on the road and get it saved for the next generation, I think that's what it's going to take. So the Kiwani green I mentioned earlier is I'm using PPG. This is EnviroBase's water-based paint here in Southern California. So this is a gallon of Kiwani green with the JH7220 activator. So this is a slow activator that I'll be using to shoot the car. And then after that, the JC7200 clear coat will be on there. So it'll be a base coat, clear coat.